All right, hello again, everybody. We are going to start with our next lesson here. This is our first lesson in our new unit. This is the growth of mining, and this is for, once again, our new unit, Western Crossroads. So our objectives and standards, you will be able to recognize how the growth of mining impacted the West, and you will be able to identify the impact of Hispanic Americans in the West. And please take a moment there, please take a moment there to look over the standards. And our desired result. What impact did mining have on the West? What impact did mining have on the West? So beginning of boom towns. Henry Comstock, who you see there, who was a prospector, sorry, it's a typo, it should say prospector, staked a claim near Virginia City, Nevada in 1859. Others also laid claims to resource-rich land nearby, such as silver. Okay, so resource-rich, such as silver land nearby. News of other mineral strikes led to prospectors, rushing to the west. Frontier towns began to grow quickly and became known as boom towns. They are called boom towns because they kind of sprung up overnight almost, right? People rush to these new areas. They kind of move into these new areas. They set up buildings or hotels or restaurants. And that's how we see a lot of towns begin to get started in the West, okay? And again, they're called boom towns because they grow so quickly because people are looking for minerals and gold and silver and things like that. Now, crime and violence were common, but vigilance committees tried to keep order, okay? A lot of times these vigilance committees sometimes made mistakes and found innocent people guilty, let guilty people be innocent, but they did try to keep law and justice and keep law and order as volunteers. Now, eventually, as the mineral areas, or these areas that were rich with silver and gold, kind of ran dry, or things disappeared, the mines closed and boom towns began to shut down, okay? However, residents of boom towns are going to move on from these areas, but they helped establish many western states, too. So mining and statehood. Gold was discovered in Colorado in 1858, and it led to a rush of miners to the area. The discovery of minerals, such as gold and silver, also led to the railroad spreading across the West, bringing more people. And this is how we see the West begin to grow and expand, is through the railroad and through mining and attracting people to these areas. Other areas, such as the Dakota Territory, saw many farmers and ranchers settle the area. For example, in 1889, Congress admitted North Dakota, South Dakota, and Montana as states. Many miners also moved to the southwest, such as Arizona, where Arizona became known as a lawlessness area, and where lawlessness became a problem. Now, lawman Wyatt Earp, who you see here on the right, and his brothers are known for the famous gunfight at the OK Corral in Tombstone, Arizona. There's a good movie about that. I'm not sure what's rated, but it's a great movie about the cowboys and kind of what Wyatt Earp and his brothers experienced. And then finally, in 1912, Arizona will become a state as well. But mining will lead to a lot of people moving to these areas, and these people eventually applying to become states. So tools and technology for mining. Prospectors used different types of mining to look for gold and silver in the American West. Sluice mining, the top picture here, sluice mining, I believe I'm saying that right, searched riverbeds quicker than panning. Typically, before that, prospectors would take like a metal pan, dip it in the water, and they would shake it about until they maybe saw something shiny in their pan, and that was gold or silver. So this sluice mining was much quicker. So what would happen is water would be directed into the boxes, where then heavier minerals would be separated from the soil and the mud. You can kind of see the water spilling out there at the bottom. So the idea is that you put the soil, the soil and the mud and the water in there, and it kind of shifts it and sifts it to get the heavier minerals to sit at the bottom, and the water kind of shoots out at the bottom there. Okay, so that was one type of new tool and technology for mining. Now, later hydraulic mining, the bottom picture there, kind of looks like a fire hose almost, was used to remove large pieces of earth to locate minerals. So the use of water pressure, again, you can see in that picture there, washed away dirt to reveal minerals, okay? So two types of tools and technology used for mining in the American West. So mining changes and challenges. Large amounts of gold were removed by hydraulic mining, okay? However, the process also damaged the land. Gravel, sand, and silt were washed into local rivers, which would lead to flooding and damage. In 1884, federal judge Lorenzo Sawyer ruled against hydraulic mining in favor of farmers. Farmers had complained that hydraulic mining was causing flooding and damage to their homes and their farmland. So Sawyer ruled that mining companies couldn't use this anymore. Now, later on, Congress would allow mining companies to use hydraulic mining if they had a way to store the sediment in 1893. But instead, by that point, many companies decided to use quartz mining. Okay, quartz mining instead. And quartz mining is what we kind of think of today when we think about mining. People going underground to search and dig for minerals, and that way you avoid, the sediment and flooding and things like that. People go underground instead to find those minerals and things like that. All right, our closure. What impact did mining have on the West? Did it bring people to the West? What types of impacts did tools and technology have on mining? How did it impact the environment? What changes did it bring the environment to people? And that'll help you answer your question. All right, hope you have a great rest of your day or night. Hope to talk to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.